there, my fellow YouTubers. This is Cassandra72, and I am coming to you today with another Mounjaro weight loss update video. So I want to welcome everyone to my video, and if there are any new subscribers, I want to welcome them to my channel. So today is October the 1st, 2024. My last update was actually on September the 17th. I did not come into the office on the 24th, which incidentally was my brother's 48th birthday. Had nothing to do with that, but it was my brother's 48th birthday, and I actually did not come into work that day. I called out sick, and it was not related to the medication in any way. I do want to go ahead and say that. As of that time, I weighed 328.8 pounds. And I always, here lately have been taking these notes to try to hopefully streamline these videos. But then there's always something that I forget to really look up, and I'm once again going to the phone. This is my 19th week update that I'm doing. I've been on this for 19 weeks and 5 days because I do take my shots on Thursdays. When I started out, I was taking them on Friday. Then at some point I switched to Thursday, so now it is Thursday. But in any event, if I'm looking at my shots, the last time I updated you all was shot 18. At that time, I was 328.8 and currently up 0.4 pounds. Well, I ended that week at 329.4 and gained 1 pound. Gained 1 pound that week. So it's not been a good couple of weeks for me. I was on 7.5 and I took that one in my right thigh. And I honestly can't remember the rationale behind why I was gaining. Just know that, like I said, it is possible to out-eat that medication. And then if you're not exercising, if you're not prioritizing your protein, if you're not getting in your water, you can gain. I ended up gaining. Now, during that week, I did reach my lowest of 327.2. That's been my lowest overall. Per my Renfo scale, per this app. I don't know what it is. If it's a mental block, I'm trying to make sure that I get below 330. If this is what my body's set point is trying to be right now, which is an absolute non-starter. We're not leaving it at 330. We're not. My next major milestone for me is getting to 320, because that is where I was before I had my now 19-year-old. That's really what I'm striving to get to. Clearly still heavy. Of course, I was 19 years younger. 20 years younger, I guess, really, because, you're pregnant for the 8 months. Well, yeah, I meant 8 months. I said 9 months, but for me, 8, because she was technically a month premature. In any event, almost 20 years ago. 300 pounds on a 5'3", 5'4" frame. That's debatable as to what I am. The last couple of times that I've gone to biometric screenings, or when I did my DEXA scan, they're having me at 5'4". I've always thought I was 5'3". So, couple of things. If I do end up, when I actually go to the actual doctor, if they have me at 5'4", I'm changing everything to 5'4", because it's only 1 inch. But when it comes to that BMI, it's gonna make a little bit of a difference. I'm smiling because Lorraine from the Downsized talked about how she is shrinking. I think she started out at 5'5", and she's now like 5'4", and how that affected her, having to change her goals. So I don't know how much it's going to change my goals, because I'm not sure if I ever want to be within the healthy and overweight, probably even non-obese parameters as it relates to the BMI scale. Just because I know that when I look back at my close to 200-pound frame in high school at the same height, whereas I was like I'm like, I wish I could be that fat again. You know what I'm saying? So I clearly, when I'm amongst my peers, I'm not standing out as this super overweight individual. There was no double chins. None of that. Now, granted, I also was pretty active, not in any sports, but I was a member of the marching band. And, that kept me pretty active or what have you. And I was, a country dweller, and we went out and rode bikes and, roller skated and, we played outside. And the thing is, that's funny because I'm not really an outdoor person anymore. I literally loathe the outdoors. But yeah, something about being outside and, riding a bike. I really need to get back into bike riding. And hopefully that's something I could do when I get maybe under 300. I have bought a bike twice and once kept it long enough, but not so long that I couldn't go back and return it. And a second time I bought it and then ultimately ended up selling it. Either I sold it or I listed it on like a free website. I can't remember the name of this site now that I'm in, but basic free cycle. So I either free cycled it or I sold it. It was just like a little cruiser type bike, not a 10-speed or anything. And I'm going off on a tangent. Shoes, I cannot keep these things together. But in any event, I got on it and it was just like, okay, can I really ride this thing? It was like the handlebars were going down, and I'm like, because I think I was just scared that I was gonna fall, and I was putting a little bit too much pressure on those handlebars, which weren't really tight. I didn't put it together; it had come pre-assembled, and I'm like, ugh, I'm afraid I'm gonna fall and hurt something, and that was a decade ago, easily. Maybe I will get back into, once I get under, like I said, under 300, maybe that's something I'll look into doing, because I think my daughter even mentioned a couple years ago that she still kind of wanted a bike. So maybe we can go and ride bikes together. The point is, my body, I think it wants to be at that set point of 330, but that's not going to happen. We got to get there to that 320 and below. So just to refresh a little bit, last time I weighed 328.8, was up 0.4, but by the end of the week, I was up 1 pound for shot 18. For shot 19, which I did not update you guys on at all, started the week at 329.4, and I ended it at 330.6. Up another 1.2 pounds. So in those 2 weeks, shot 18 and shot 19, I actually gained 2.2 pounds. Not the answer. In week 19 shot was also 7.5, which I did in the left thigh. So it's like, these thighs let me down, or what's going on, So this week I switched it up. My shot number 20, which I took on Thursday, September the 26th, I did it in my stomach. And as of this morning, I am down to 327.6. 4/10 of a pound shy of my lowest. So I'm down 34 pounds even on the Mounjaro, and 52.7 overall for my highest weight ever. But 34 down on the Mounjaro. I'm at 3 pounds down so far this week. It would be really nice if I could get to the next goal that I've set for myself of 325, those 5-pound increments that I'm trying to go with. But if not even that, let me just get down to even 327 so I can be smaller than that lowest that I was at of 327.2. And actually, no, I want to be 326.6. I'm trying to reach that next milestone on the Lose It app, which I will have lost then 35 pounds, and it'll tell me whatever it is the equivalent of that I've lost. But even in the 2 pounds that I gained over the past couple of weeks, I was still over 30 pounds lost, so I didn't kick myself too much. And I've also had some non-scale victories that I'm kind of psyched about that I'll tell you a little bit about a little bit later on. And I did say that I'm at 19 weeks, and so with 34 pounds down, I'm still averaging 1.78 pounds down per week, so just shy of that 2 pounds a week loss, so I'm still not doing bad. We do know that comparison is the thief of joy. I do sit back and I think sometimes that, am I losing fast enough? And I do know that I'm a type 2 diabetic. Not sure if there's any insulin resistance that is at play here as well. So I know that I am probably not going to be one of the ones that loses as fast, but I'm a moderate loser, I'll say. It's not slow, but I just look back at some people who are smaller that have lost more. But again, I'm not mad at the loss whatsoever, because like I said, we're still looking at 34 pounds down right now. So how can I be mad at that? I would just, like I said, think generally when you're larger, have more to lose, you generally, I'm thinking maybe you should be losing more than other people who were like 100 pounds smaller. But, again, I know, are you really doing everything that you should be doing? And that's a no. But I'm doing better today because I have gotten in my yogurt. I'm a protein there. That was 12 grams. I am still working on my Profi, my protein coffee. I have some Jive in here. It is caramel brulee. And then I used a pure protein, vanilla. I'm still working on that. So that's 30 grams of protein right there. And so that's 42 grams. So I'm halfway. I can't remember. I think they said I should be getting like one. I know the man did not tell me 180, because that did not seem like that was really doable for my DEXA scan. Let me see what the Weight Watcher sequence says I'm supposed to get. I feel like if I can get at least 80, 90, I'll be doing good. Yeah, they tell me 119 for Weight Watcher sequence is what they're saying I should get currently. So I'm feeling like if I can maintain at least half of that, get a 60, anything over is your bonus. So like I said, that's at 42 grams right there. And then my boss came in from a meeting and gave me one of these Kirkland nut bars. I had almonds, cashew, and pecans. And it wasn't the greatest source of protein, because it was 200 calories and 5 grams of protein. So I'm at 47 grams of protein right now. And I also plan on having, this is something that I got from Amazon. It was several different mixes. This particular one is a cranberry nut mix. And it's 170 calories with 5 grams of protein as well. So if I eat this, that'll bring me up to 52. And yeah, and then I still have to have lunch and dinner. So I really realistically get in what I need to get in today. And therein is really my issue, because if I get up and really do what I do, eat like that while I'm at home, then it wouldn't be that hard for me to at least get in easily 60 without even thinking. But when I'm at home, I honestly do not even think about eating sometimes. Like I told you, I'm currently on 7.5. Per shot C right now, the current level that's in my system is 6.15 milligrams. I'm having great appetite suppression. No real food noise, I don't think. I find myself thinking about, okay, what should I eat? But not in the sense of what's next. It's in the sense of I haven't eaten, so what can I do? And I honestly have not grocery shopped in the last week or so. So I'm not as prepared as I should be. So that's when we default to eating out, but still trying to make some good choices. But yeah, that's where I am at the point where I wouldn't call it food noise. It's just like, okay, it's lunchtime. I should be eating. What can I eat? those are my chatter thoughts, food chatter, whatever. So like I said, I would not call it noise because it's not like, okay, I just ate, so what can I eat next? Because honestly, there's a quart of ice cream in the refrigerator right now, freezer, that has been there for almost a month, and I'll think, oh, it's in there. Maybe I should get some ice cream. And normally, that thought would be like finding my way. I'd be finding my way to getting it. Don't want it. I know it's there, but it's like, so I can have that if I wanted to treat myself. But yeah, I know it's there. I'm not even really thinking. I think about the fact that it's there, but I don't then get like famished for it, if that makes any sense. So the medicine, I know, is definitely still doing what it's supposed to do, is giving what it's supposed to have given. So yeah, there's that. And then just I guess some comparisons. I'm a numbers person, so with this current weight of 327.6, my BMI as of this morning was 58. Started at 64.1, so I'm down a total of 6.1 points on the BMI scale. So that is a good thing. And that's pretty much all I have to say about my actual numbers and everything. So even though I rambled quite a bit, we still got this thing at 20 minutes, which is actually not so bad. And so here is where I will talk about the other things that I have going on. So, like I said, I'm currently still on 7.5, and I plan on taking 7.5 again this week. I had talked about before how when I got the 7.5, at some point I mixed up the 7.5 and box and had a 5 milligram in there. And so I had taken a 7.5 while I was thinking it was 5. So at some point I do need to, in my mind, it's just how my mind works, I do need to go back and take a 5 to, while I'm on the 7.5 regimen. And I have not factored that in yet, but I think that I'm going to be taking that on October the 24th. Now, that's actually a couple days before my it's not high school, my college reunion, which is on a Saturday the 26th. And while I don't feel like I'm going to be, and I honestly plan on, if I go to the game, I'm planning on going to it with my daughter. And I don't really plan on doing a whole lot of extra eating or anything, but if there's going to be a time to take it within this next box of 7.5, that's going to be the time, because that will give me probably a little bit less suppression if I should need it, less side effects, which I honestly have never had any real side effects, which does lead me to circle back to also this week I have been experiencing some diarrhea, and I was increased to, I'm still actually on metformin, and I left it to a Weight Watcher clinic doctor to determine where they wanted me on, because I was on 750 last month. Now she's moved me up to 2,000. I would have thought 1,000 would be the next dosage, but she's moved me up to 2,000, and leaving me to determine how I want to take it, if it's all at once, if it's 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, evenings, how I want to do it. And I don't know if it's the Mounjaro, or if it was a metformin, or if it's a combination of both, but it led me to have some diarrhea the past couple of days. And at first I thought, was it something that I ate? But I'm thinking it was more that metformin, because the first day that I was supposed to be on it, I actually forgot to take it during the course of the day, and so I took all 4 at night. And so I'm thinking that's really what it was. I think my body is trying to get acclimated to that 2,000 milligrams of the metformin. Other than that, no real side effects this week. And I will also say those weeks that I was gaining, I had slight constipation, I would guess. Nothing that caused me any major discomfort, but I just realized I don't think I was as regular as I should have been. So that probably also has something to do with the weight gain. But we're hoping that, I hold on to this 3 pound loss and then some for the next couple of days. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, my 30-year college reunion is coming up. I do plan on going to that game. And so I'll probably will slip the 5 in then. I don't want to do it before because I'm still trying to, I technically will get 3 more shots in. The third, the 3rd, the 10th, and the 17th. I'll have 3 more shots that I can get in before then. So I want to capitalize on that as much as possible. I think that is what I'm going to do with that. And then on to the non-scale victories. The outfit that I have picked out from the game that I ordered from Shein. I was very excited that, well, that's been here. And when I tried that on, I was like, what? I'm in this thing? It was delivered back on September the 5th. And so that's been almost a month. And I tried the size that I bought over there, which was the 4X. Technically, according to my measurements, I should have been a 5, but I went with the 4. And granted, the jeans do have some stretch to it, but I'm like, these things fit and they're not tight. And then, of course, it was just like a little shirt and like a vest type situation, shirt vest type situation. So I didn't need it to close or whatever anyway because I wasn't wearing it that way. But it does close comfortably. Trying to finish up this coffee, this iced coffee. So yeah, I was like real excited about that. Like, okay, I'm in there, like, and it looked cute. All right, so that's one thing. The other thing was I get this box. Well, you all know I get this box, Izzy and Liv, and I am, you know what? I'm in all Izzy and Liv everything today. I just realized that I got on my Izzy. Well, I mean, I knew I put it on, but to realize everything is Izzy and Liv today. I have on I have earrings that I've gotten out of a past box. I am wearing a shirt today that talks about drinking your water, mind my business, and I think practice gratitude. And look at that. When I tell you these inches are inching, oh my God. And then the pants I have on today as well. And then this, I just got in the box yesterday, which is not a part of it was not a part of the subscription. It's a replacement for an item that should have been in the box, but unfortunately there was a mishap. So in my box, they gave me a replacement of a satin pillowcase and matching scarf. And so I decided to throw that scarf. I had already planned on wearing this outfit, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to throw on this little scarf today as well, because that is so cute. I'm not the best scarf tire, but yeah. But I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing it. So shirts fitting a little looser. And that is and the reason I talk about Izzy and Liv is because I have been thinking about when I was going to change my shirt size over there. And I've been getting 3X's since the beginning. Initially, I don't know if they offered a unisex size or I just didn't realize. I don't know how I didn't realize ladies fit was smaller. And just I'm still experiencing new stuff in my 52 years of age. The first shirts was not fitting. I ended up giving them to my daughter, even though they were a 3X ladies, because She's small, you know, at regular size, but she's always liked to wear things that are a little bit oversized sometimes, or she'll wear it as a sleep shirt or something like that. Well, ultimately, it's like I gave them to her, and I rebought them when they came to the site or what have you, to, you know, say that I had the shirt that was supposed to come with my box. But anyway, I digress. Point being, you know, I've been a 3X. You know, I've corrected that to the unisex size, and I've been a 3X since I've been getting this box. The only time I think I bought anything less than that is when I caught some sales, and I'm just like, this is too cute, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this. Or sometimes it's coming like a different size, which is like the numbers of the clothing size rather than just the standard small, medium, large situation. But other than that, 3X. And I've been sitting here thinking, yeah, I want to go ahead and change that because I'm losing weight. And I have plenty of shirts that are in the current size, my current size. And the only thing that was keeping me from changing it is just like, do I want to go back to feeling like, gosh, I'm getting these cute shirts and I can't wear them. Yeah, so that was my mindset. Like, gosh, it's stuff is like because I've gotten stuff over the years, and it's just like, man, this is so cute, and here I am, my fat tail can't get in it. But I'm getting into stuff now. Like I got some pajamas that I can fit comfortably into now. So that's another one of those non-scale victories. Like I could always get them on, but they were tight. Now I put them on, and they're loose. So the ultimate is going to be though when I finally get in these robes that I have from them, and they close the way they're supposed to close. But that's probably a get under 300 pounds type situation when they're going to fit right. But in any event, I was thinking about when do I change my shirt size to go down to the next size, and you know, not feel so deprived of the cute shirts that all the people have and I can't get in. And apparently, I changed it already. Because this box that I had got yesterday is a 2X. I'm like, oh darn. And it is a really cute shirt. I tried the shirt on and she fits. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that it was a softer knit shirt, or you know, that it was V-neck as well or whatever, but it fit and the arms were not tight. I'm like, I'm in this, so yay for me. Also, I went to a store yesterday called Big Lots. The one closest to me is going out of business. And my sister-in-law told me yesterday morning, she said, girl, I went and I got these, I think she's called them leggings. She said, I got these pants for $2.50. You might want to go check them out. She said, I got my butt up in here. It's a 3X. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's what's up. And so I went out yesterday morning to the Big Lots and I found what she was talking about, and they were actually yoga pants. And I'm like, oh, I've never actually had yoga pants. And I'm all excited because I'm like, yeah, yoga pants are supposed to be the thing, right? And then also trying to make sure that I can get some workout gear or whatever in here. And I'm just like, where do you start? Though I don't know that I'll be wearing these for working out. Then I might too, because I got, since they were 50% off, they were only $5 to start with. So 50% off, put them at $2.50, $2.49. And I'm like, the only thing they really had one 3X, and everything else was like 2X and below. And so I bought 4 pair, 2 gray and 2 black. So I could have 1 pair, you know, of each for working out and the other pair for, you know, fashion. But I came home and I put those pants on, and they're the high-waisted that you can fold down. I can't be folding them down just yet. And there's a little, you know, I had to hitch up a little bit to get it up on totally on the booty, but once it was there, they fit, you know, and they weren't tight anywhere. I'm like, I'm in it and I'm comfortable. And that's a 2X. So, non-scale victories all around. And also, my daughter had gone and got her some pajama pants from Now, granted, these are stretchy, soft, whatever. But it's only 6% spandex, I want to say, in these things. She went and found her some cute little sleep attire, and you know, she had these different little shorts and sleep pants, and I'm like, ooh, and that she had gotten from Five Below. Now, I bought her stuff out of Five Below. I bought her some sleep pants out of there before, but I've never seen anything that I could have had a hope of getting into. And so she had gone there by herself when she bought them, and then she told me about it. And I'm like, oh, those are cute. I was like, they have any larger size? She said, well, I saw a 2X. I'm like, really? So I went to Five Below and ended up spending $60-something because they had all the 2X's, and every 2X that I saw, I bought. It's like maybe 2 pairs of sleep shorts, or like 4 or 5 sleep pants, and I could get into all of that. And 1 pair of pants came with a matching shirt, which the shirts are a little snug, but I can get into them. But I would say, yeah, I need to get to that 320 for those to fit like I want them to fit. But guys, I got into a freaking 2X when I know, like I said, everything was 3X, and those were getting too tight, you know? And then yeah, so I guess I'll just claim the 2X. Like, I'm not even gonna say that it's because of the fact that it's stretchy or soft or whatever. Like, literally, I am in that because also I gosh, now I can't think of the name of it, but along the lines of Fabletics, what is the name of it? I had a subscription to Pop Fit clothing, and I was getting their, you know, athleisure wear, and I had some 2X's, just a couple, but everything else was in the 3X. Now the 3X, you put them on, they're like, okay, of course they fit. The 2X had gotten to the point where, yeah, no, I had put them like to the back. And I'm able to get into them with no issue. And those are not, you know, they have some stretch, but they fit. So for me, I'm claiming it. I'm claiming that non-scale victory. My body is going down. If the scale is not moving, the inches must be. And I'm not working out really yet like I'm supposed to, so I will credit that to the other thing that I don't think that I've talked about, and that is the fact that I'm taking Lipo B and Lipo C shots. They must be doing their thing while these inches are inching. The inches are inching away. So at least that's what I hope. I'll be taking a Me 360 scan. Sorry to do it today because it's a little bit easier to do it here at work with you know, not a whole lot of clutter and everything. I go in the break room and do it, but I want to make sure that I do it when it coincides with the end of a box. Thursday will be the end of a box for me. It will be the end of my 7.5 box. I am going to, I think it's my first 7.5. Is that it? Yeah, I think. So I'm going to make sure that I do take that 360 scan on Thursday. That's going to give me hopefully another pound or so down. It's going to put me at the end of a box, and it's going to let me see, I guess, if the Lipo B, Lipo C, and vitamin enhancer shots that I'm taking are really doing their thing, or if it's just my imagination. But I think they're doing their thing. So I definitely will be able to tell because, like I said, a lot of weight hasn't come off this past month. We know that. We know that because I lost 4.4. Then I promptly gained 2.2. So that put me at what? 2.2 down. And then so far I'm down 3. So I'm only at like 5.2 pounds down right now for the month. So not my biggest, won't be the smallest. I think the very first month I only lost 5.2 pounds. I can't remember. But Yeah, I think I only lost 5.2 the first month, and then I lost like 9.7. No, I lost 7.9, then 9.7, and I think my third month I was down 5 something, 5.2. Definitely not the highest month that I've been down, but if the inches are there, it has everything to do with the shots that I'm on, which right now I'm still doing a combination. I first got my lipo B and lipo C from the Bodied Clinic. Just ordered like a month supply of the lipo B. Is the first thing I did, and then they had a sale, and I ordered lipo C. But somewhere in there, I discovered BE Transformed, and I don't really have anything to say negative about either company. I will just say that BE Transformed, I've come across better deals over there on their supplements, and she ships a whole lot faster. But just in the way that I've gotten the shots, ended up getting the lipo. I had ordered lipo C, I think, already from the Body Clinic, and then BE Transform had a sale, and ultimately I ended up getting her lipo C first. So I had taken it for, in her the vitamin, the lipo enhancer, and so took her lipo C, but then my shots came from the Body Clinic. So right now, so I put the vial, and I'm getting the vials over there. So I put those, that to the back burner. I'm taking the pre-filled syringes that I got from the Body Clinic. So I'm taking their lipo C along with the lipo enhancer that BE Transformed is using, and currently on her lipo B. So yeah, that's where I am. But I think, like I said, I think it's honestly got to be working, because the weight isn't like falling off, but the way that I'm getting into these clothing sizes that I hadn't gotten into, in a while. But time will tell. Time will tell. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Still ended it over 40 minutes. One of these days, one of these days, I'm going to get it to where I need to be. But I'm not out of the. I don't feel too bad, because there are people out there who are updating you the same way I am, and their videos can kind of go kind of long too. And who knows, maybe these longer videos, if you guys are sticking with me, maybe they'll finally help me to get back monetized, which I haven't seen since my couponing days. So, but anyway, guys, yeah, that's it. If you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate to leave them below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And as always, until the next video, peace and blessings.